I wrote the words, hate the song. I just don't think it's very good musically. I don't think it's much of a melody.
In the sophisticated realm of piano-driven pop music, there existed a craftsman whose melodic genius could inspire admiration or trigger intense creative jealousy.
Why my eyes are closed, it's just as well.
Billy Joel, the Long Island storyteller who transformed personal experiences into universal anthems, wasn't merely a gifted songwriter who dominated radio waves for decades. He was also a fiercely protective artist whose classical training and blue-collar sensibilities reportedly generated significant friction with various contemporary acts throughout his extraordinary career.
Word of whatever verse is coming up. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray.
Right.
South Pacific, Walter Winton, Joe DiMaggio.
Welcome to another revealing episode of Offstage Tales, where today we're exploring the complex world of Billy Joel and the 6 bands who allegedly provoked his strongest negative reactions. The Bronx-born piano man who created masterpieces like Piano Man and Uptown Girl possessed an uncompromising dedication to songcraft and melodic sophistication that apparently conflicted with several major recording artists over the years. "I write songs about real people dealing with real situations," Joel once explained to Rolling Stone with characteristic directness. That commitment to authentic storytelling would generate numerous artistic disagreements and professional tensions throughout his remarkable journey. From pop music philosophy disputes to classical versus contemporary debates, Billy's encounters with these acts reveal a composer who valued musical craftsmanship above trendy popularity. These weren't casual disagreements, but passionate debates about the fundamental purpose of popular music and the responsibility artists have to their audiences. Prepare for an enlightening journey through pop music's most intellectual conflicts as we examine the bands that challenged Billy Joel's artistic principles. 6. Devo. Coming in at number 6 on our countdown is Devo, the quirky new wave experimentalists whose conceptual approach reportedly frustrated Billy Joel's traditional songwriting sensibilities. The tension between these innovative performers represented a clash between accessible melodic storytelling and avant-garde artistic experimentation.
Most traumatic things I went through was deciding not to work with George Martin, who was...
The friction reportedly developed during the late 1970s when both acts were navigating the changing landscape of American popular music with vastly different philosophical approaches. According to former Musician magazine editor Bill Flanagan, Joel privately told industry colleagues that Devo was a sociology experiment disguised as entertainment, and that their success proved audiences were willing to accept intellectual concepts over emotional connection. Great songs should connect with people's hearts immediately, not require explanation or interpretation, Joel allegedly told Keyboard magazine in 1980, stopping just short of naming Devo but clearly referencing conceptual pop trends. Some artists think being deliberately obscure makes them more intelligent, but real musical intelligence comes from making complex emotions simple enough for everyone to understand. The rivalry intensified when both acts received similar alternative radio airplay and college circuit bookings. At a New York recording studio encounter, witnesses claim Joel expressed bewilderment at Devo's popularity, reportedly telling his producer, "Since when did pop music become homework assignments instead of emotional experiences that people can sing along to?" 5. Talking Heads. At number 5, we have Talking Heads, the cerebral art rock pioneers whose intellectual approach to popular music reportedly conflicted with Billy Joel's belief in straightforward emotional communication. The rivalry between these sophisticated acts represented a fundamental disagreement about whether pop music should challenge or comfort its audience. The animosity reportedly emerged during the early 1980s, when both groups were being celebrated for bringing intelligence to popular music through completely different methodologies.
No point. You can't get the sound from a story in a magazine, which I'm quoting myself.
It's like writing a review of mustard.
According to former Village Voice critic Robert Christgau, Joel privately complained to session musicians that Talking Heads was a graduate seminar pretending to be entertainment, and that David Byrne's approach proved critics preferred academic complexity over genuine melodic accessibility. Music should bring people together, not make them feel stupid for not understanding the references, Joel allegedly told Interview magazine in 1983, clearly targeting the art rock movement's intellectual pretensions. Some bands think studying world music makes them more authentic, but authenticity comes from honest personal expression, not from copying other cultures' rhythms. The tension peaked when both acts were featured prominently in music criticism circles throughout the decade. At a Manhattan industry gathering, witnesses claim Joel avoided Talking Heads members entirely, reportedly telling his manager, "I don't socialize with people who think pop music needs footnotes to be appreciated by normal human beings." Number 4 brings us to The Clash, the politically charged punk revolutionaries whose rebellious message reportedly clashed with Billy Joel's more optimistic view of American society and popular music's role. The conflict between these passionate artists represented a generational and ideological divide about music's social responsibility.
Need something, and you come up with nothing. It's the most frustrating feeling in the world because you want to.
The discord reportedly began during the late 1970s when The Clash was gaining American recognition for their anti-establishment anthems while Joel was celebrating working-class American life through more positive storytelling. According to former Cream writer Lester Bangs, Joel privately told friends that The Clash was angry tourists who don't understand American working people, and that their punk politics oversimplified the complex realities of ordinary people's daily struggles. What irritated Joel wasn't just The Clash's political stance, but their critical positioning as more socially conscious artists than mainstream performers. While Billy was creating songs that honored blue-collar dignity and middle-class aspirations, The Clash was receiving praise for what Joel reportedly called simplistic protest songs that mistake anger for insight and assume working people need British punk rockers to explain their own lives to them. Real social commentary comes from understanding people's hopes, not just their frustrations, Joel allegedly told Newsweek in 1982, stopping just short of naming The Clash, but clearly referencing punk's negative worldview. Some musicians think being against everything makes them more authentic, but genuine protest music offers solutions and celebrates human resilience, not just complaints about problems. The rivalry escalated when both acts toured American arenas during the early 1980s. At a backstage encounter, witnesses claim Joel questioned The Clash's understanding of American culture, reportedly declaring, "These guys sing about American problems like they're visiting from another planet, instead of trying to understand what actually motivates ordinary people." 3. Duran Duran. At number 3, we have Duran Duran, the stylish new romantic superstars whose image-focused approach reportedly earned Billy Joel's contempt for prioritizing visual appeal over musical substance. The rivalry between these MTV-era titans represented a bitter dispute about whether popular music should emphasize style or songcraft.
I thought about this because I heard these rumblings. I quite fancy Anya Taylor-Joy to play me.
The tension reportedly developed during the early 1980s when both acts were dominating music television with contrasting philosophies about artistic presentation. According to former MTV programmer Nina Blackwood, Joel privately told record executives that Duran Duran was a fashion magazine that accidentally made music, and that their massive success proved the industry had abandoned musical craftsmanship for photogenic marketability. Great pop songs should work on radio without needing expensive videos to explain them, Joel allegedly told Rolling Stone in 1984, clearly referencing the MTV generation's visual dependency. Some bands think hiring the right director makes them better songwriters, but real musical talent creates images in people's minds through words and melodies, not through costume changes. The conflict intensified when both acts competed for similar chart positions and award nominations throughout the mid-1980s. At a music industry awards ceremony, witnesses claim Joel declined to present Duran Duran with an honor, reportedly telling organizers, I won't validate artists who've reduced pop music to background accompaniment for fashion photography, instead of creating lasting emotional experiences. 2. Culture Club. Coming in at number 2 is Culture Club, the flamboyant pop sensation whose theatrical persona reportedly triggered Billy Joel's frustration with what he saw as gimmick-driven success in popular music. The rivalry between these charismatic performers represented a fundamental clash over authenticity versus manufactured controversy in entertainment.
It really worked, because everybody said, Culture Club will never live down, do you really want to hurt me?
The hostility reportedly emerged during the mid-1980s when Culture Club was achieving massive international success through Boy George's colorful image, while Joel was maintaining his traditional approach to piano-based songwriting. According to former Spin magazine founder Bob Guccione Jr., Joel privately told industry veterans that Culture Club was a costume party that accidentally got recording contracts, and that their popularity proved audiences preferred manufactured personalities over genuine musical artistry. Real entertainers let their music create the personality, not the other way around, Joel allegedly told People magazine in 1985, stopping just short of naming Culture Club, but clearly targeting image-driven pop acts. Some performers think outrageous costumes make them interesting artists, but lasting music comes from genuine emotional expression, not from makeup tutorials and wardrobe consultations. The rivalry reached its peak when both acts dominated international music charts and television appearances simultaneously. At a London recording studio, witnesses claim Joel watched Culture Club's session with visible disdain, reportedly telling his accompanist, "This is what happens when record labels prioritize magazine covers over actual musical composition and authentic artistic development." 1. Madonna. Taking the number 1 spot is the most controversial entry of all, Madonna. The material girl whose calculated provocations reportedly became Billy Joel's ultimate symbol of everything wrong with 1980s pop music priorities.
I saw Madonna use this once. Didn't really help her much.
The conflict between these ambitious artists represented the definitive battle between musical craftsmanship and multimedia celebrity manipulation. The tension reportedly began in the mid-1980s when Madonna was revolutionizing pop stardom through controversy and visual spectacle, while Joel was emphasizing traditional songwriting excellence and piano virtuosity. According to former music journalist Kurt Loder, Joel privately told associates that Madonna was a marketing genius with limited musical abilities, and that her massive success proved the industry had completely abandoned artistic merit for scandalous publicity. What devastated Joel wasn't just Madonna's provocative approach, but her widespread critical acceptance as an important artist, despite what he saw as minimal musical talent. While Billy had spent decades perfecting his craft through classical training and extensive touring, Madonna was achieving cultural icon status through what Joel reportedly called shock value theatrics disguised as artistic statements that substitute manufactured controversies for genuine musical innovation and emotional honesty. The rivalry reached its devastating climax when Madonna consistently dominated popular culture discussions while accomplished songwriters received minimal media attention. Despite Joel's superior musical training and compositional skills, he reportedly felt that Madonna's celebrity machinery had fundamentally altered popular music's values, prioritizing manufactured personality over authentic artistry and reducing complex musical expression to simple marketing formulas designed for maximum commercial exploitation rather than lasting artistic legacy. And there you have it, the 6 bands who allegedly violated Billy Joel's sacred principles of musical craftsmanship. Was his dedication to songwriting purity justified or unnecessarily elitist? Drop your perspectives in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more pop music debates. Great melodies never go out of style.